Welcome to this 24th video in our Gospel of Love series. When Jesus, or the pure devotee of God, makes this statement that I am the way, the truth, and the life, from John 14:6, we should not take it that they are setting themselves up as competing gods, as competition to the Supreme Lord. But rather we can fully appreciate that by following their life and by following their instructions and by surrendering in the form of our hearing and studying and learning from them and in applying that we will have life. To the devotee of God, like they come up to Jesus at that point and they say, I believe in you. You are the way. You are the truth. You are the life. Tell me, what do I do? I surrender to you. What is your commandment? What does Jesus say? My first and foremost commandment is that you love the Lord, your God, with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is from Matthew 22:37. This is a characteristic of the devotee. Therefore, he can claim to be the life because he's not competing, a medium for the Supreme Lord. Therefore, serving him is serving the Supreme Lord. John 14:6 states, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. Jesus does not simply mean that one says, Jesus, I accept you, but he means his instruction. If I say to you that I accept you, but I do not accept your instructions, then have I actually accepted you? No. If I accept your instructions, then you know that I have accepted you. This is confirmed in John 14:23 and 24, where Jesus says, If anyone loves me, he will obey my teaching. My Father will love him, and we will come to him and make our home with him. Jesus also states, in the last days there will be those who say, Jesus, 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 have we not cast out devils in your name? Have we not healed the sick in your name? And I will say to them, Get away from me, you workers of iniquity. You have failed to do the will of my Father. This is from Matthew 7:22 and 23. If you love someone, you will do their will. Jesus is saying that this person failed to love God. In other words, you say you have accepted me, but you have not, because you have neglected my commandment. When Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life, does he mean that you just say, I surrender to Jesus, I surrender to Jesus, and you keep a picture of Jesus on your wall? No. I means my instructions. It is important that we try to understand this. If someone separates Jesus from his instructions, then the me that someone thinks they are surrendering to is not actually Jesus. It is an imaginary Jesus. It is an imagination of him. It is very important that we try to have a real relationship with Jesus. When Jesus was around, there were so many messiahs. Everyone and his brother was a messiah, a guru, the new guy that had come to lead the Jews out of bondage. You had political messiahs that were saying they were the ones. You had so-called spiritual messiahs. Jesus therefore said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. If you follow any of these other guys, you are going to be lost. You follow me, that is it. Jesus saw that there was no one else who could take the people home. and he knew his position, his duty. This way, God sent Jesus to be the spiritual master of particular people in a particular time and place, to bring some sheep home. And he served his Father as his representative. But he did not claim, as a few people claim today, that he was the only representative of the Supreme Person to ever walk the earth in the past or in the future. Jesus is not special because he's the only Son of God. He is very special because of the purity of his loving service to the Supreme Father. So when Jesus says, "I am the way, the truth, and the life," he is speaking that loving the Supreme Person is the way, and there's no other way to come to God. There are two ways one can try to come to God. One is that you love Him, that you try to climb into the kingdom of God by your own strength. The only way that we can come to truly know God is by loving Him.